think any woman, if you go through like any sort of heartbreak or whatever, the one thing that it can either break you or it can be the making of,
of something
your empire.
amazing.
So I was like,
hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we're all about leveling up, elevating, and living our absolute best lives. As you can tell by the background and everything, it's so me. So we're living our best life today, interviewing Debbie here. And all about her move back from the UK to Uganda, all her successes, her businesses, and everything. And I'm really, really excited about this. So thank you for coming on my channel.
thank you for coming to
So yes, and just to mention, we are filming at her store Bougie, just in case you guys didn't know. Okay, so let's get into this. If you can, just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in Uganda and your move and whatnot.
Okay, so my name is Debbie, but my proper name is Deborah Nantongo. That's how I usually pronounce it anyway, but my mom's like Nantongo. Yeah.
I like that.
So I was actually born in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved to London when I was 9, and then I came back, and then I went back for good when I was 13.
Whoa, okay. So you left here when you were 9, and then you came back when you were 13?
No, I was in London for like a year.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back to study because my dad was so like, you have to study in Uganda. Yeah. So I studied at Kampala Parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Literally like down the road. That's so funny.
And then I went to Taiba, and then after Taiba, my dad was like, let's go back to London. It's enough time. I mean, enough studying.
That is so
I moved back to London. So I've been in London for like year 10, 11, then college, then university. When I used to always come back to Uganda like once or twice a year. So it was like I've always been attached to Uganda. Like it's always been a part of me, and eventually I knew I would move back. Like a part of me always, even when I was dating, I always made sure
that they were gonna have some type of like
someone that would eventually want to settle back, because I didn't want to get with someone that would never want to move to Uganda. Like I'm not gonna convince you. So for me, it was always, Uganda was always going to be the end of my story. Right.
That's so amazing. So were your parents kind of like a lot of our parents in terms of like being like, oh, the education system abroad is not adequate enough. Like, you learn way more in Uganda. So
it was like a punishment. Like in London, it was, if you don't do well enough in school, your punishment is you're going to go back and study in Africa. Yeah.
Meanwhile, when I was younger, I was like, just take me abroad. I want to be here.
If you don't do, like, if your grades don't look good, you're going to Uganda.
That is so funny.
That was the punishment.
But at least the UK is so close. So going back and forth was like, it just made sense. Like, it was okay.
Yeah, but for us, when you're growing up, it felt like a punishment to come to Uganda. But then I think when there's a time I came and had one good holiday, I was like, this is my life.
How old were you?
17.
It's like when you start to get older.
When you go to club.
You could go to the club. That's a throwback.
One good turn up, and I was like, this is my life. I am going to move to Uganda eventually.
I'm so dead. That is so funny. That's amazing.
So eventually I dated. When I was dating, I always, I was like, I have to be with someone that's going to eventually move to Uganda. So eventually I dated this guy. I won't mention his name because we have forgotten him. He's the main reason I moved back.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, when you're in a long distance relationship, we were dating for like 4 years.
Right. And he was here though.
He was here. Okay. We used to meet halfway, like meet. I'll come from London to Dubai, and then comes from Uganda to Dubai.
Oh, okay.
I come to Uganda. He never came to the UK, but we used to always see each other every 3 months.
Oh, okay. So it's not bad.
We used to travel.
Oh, that's nice. Even though he who cannot be named, whatever, but like that's amazing. So, okay, we'll get into like the dating part a little later, because I actually am really curious about that. Nothing like crazy specific, but anyway. So when did you decide, okay, so you always knew you wanted to move back, but when were you like, okay, this is my moment now, I need to get organized, I'm out?
It's when, it was all about the relationship, because I'm a sort of person, when I fall in love, I'm like a little
all
kid.
in. I love it. Cute.
So when I decided that he was not willing to come to London.
Right.
So he was like, you know, you can have a great life in Uganda, you can do this, you can do that. So I spoke to my dad about business, and I was like, if I can have the same lifestyle in Uganda, I'll move.
Yeah, as long as no sacrifices in that department. I agree.
I was like, I'm not gonna go and suffer, and because I love a good lifestyle.
Me too. I think we both vibe in that sense. We're like, absolutely not.
Move and still, you know, make good money. Because my dad was like, Debbie, you love like money, you love
the finer things in life.
So he was like, the only thing that can work for you is doing something that can guarantee you a certain amount every end of the month. I don't want, or could be, or maybe you could make this, like I don't want that kind. I want, you know, if you put in this, you put in that, this is how much you'll get at the end of the month. So he suggested farming. And he was like, if you do farming, you know, you're guaranteed this amount every month, you do this. So it all started with my partner. He was like, you should move to Uganda. I was like, if I'm to move, what's the plan? So I spoke to my dad. My dad spoke to me about like business opportunities that I could do or invest in. So the plan started with, once I got engaged, I decided I'm moving. And that's when everything changed. My lifestyle changed. Like, it was not fun anymore.
It was like actual work.
It was actually not fun anymore. I was working at the time. When I got engaged, I was working at St. Martin's Lane Hotel, which is like a boutique fun hotel in London to work. You get to meet every celebrity, you go party with whoever. But when I got engaged, I was like, I need a 9 to 5 that can allow me to work an evening job, that can allow me to do a weekend job. So I quit that amazing job, which I regret.
It's okay.
And then I started working at Leicester Aldridge, which is a law firm. So I was a legal PA for that firm. And then I was able to do like a nursing job in the evening.
Okay, so an institution type of
so
situation.
basically all you have to do is monitor someone taking medication. So I would do that in the evening. So from, let's say 7 p.m. till, but you get to sleep, like you get, you know, you have your own bed. It's just literally observing.
You really hustle. This is amazing.
And then in the morning I would go back to the law firm. And then on the weekend I would do events. I would do like decorate like an entire wedding. And then in the evening I would still do like club hosting. I used to actually host at District. I don't know if you had a District.
I think I have actually.
I would like do like host the tables and stuff like that, and I would get really good money. Girl, so I had like 4 jobs.
How
for
long?
Like 2 years.
Wow.
When I say, I think that's the best financial season of my life. Like, I would like my entire family, if anyone has a problem, I'm like, how much you need? I've got you.
You were like, you're good.
So that's when I planned for, like, I bought my first car. I actually bought my car before I even moved to Uganda.
That's amazing. I wish I had planned more properly.
I bought it off a friend. We won't go into that story.
It's okay.
But yeah, I bought it off a friend. I bought my first car. I invested in my first business. I bought more decor that I moved to Uganda. Bougie wasn't actually in the picture.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
So it was just the farm idea, or the farm. Just farming, just farming, and then decor. Okay.
And then in the end, when I did move, saving up for the wedding as well.
Right.
So
right.
So once I moved to Uganda 8 days before my actual wedding.
Oh wow! Guess we'll get into that in a bit. Like, but planning a wedding and planning an entire move to a different continent. That's
and then shipping the stuff was expensive because I shipped everything. Like in my house, there was nothing from Uganda. Like from the spoons, the rags, the chandelier, everything was like I would buy it, ship for the longest time. And I think Salabed, like that's when I became their favorite client, because I can call Salabed at midnight and they'll get me stuff from the airport.
Like, no
Because
problem.
of that time, they were like, you are our favorite client.
That's a good connect though. That's amazing. So you really hustled for 2 years. Like, you were like, okay, I now have a plan, I'm now ready to go.
And what's funny is that when I actually came to Uganda, the rumors I heard, because when I came in the building, there's someone in the building that would give us tea. She was like, this is the word on the street about you. And then she was saying how what people were saying about me. And then in my mind, I'm like, do these people know how hard I work? Like,
that's girl, that's I feel like that's a topic for another day in terms of like assumptions in Uganda, or people, or like, we put in work. We really do. All our friends, all our group, like our group, and like, they just are just like, oh, because they look like this, it must be a slay queen, must be whatever. And I'm like, okay.
That's why I'm like, I am living my best life because no one knows how hard I've tried to. And the thing is, when I got to Uganda, it was not even the end, because you still have to, because for as long as you still want to maintain a certain lifestyle, you have to you have to continue, you have to keep expanding, you know?
So it's always a hustle. But I love it. This one's always hustling, so I love it. Given that we're talking about, like, you hustled for 2 years, how did you leave your financial situation in the UK? Did you clear up everything, or were you kind of like, and then we're like, peace, I'm off to UG?
So when it comes to my financial life, by the way, I'm a sort of like, I budget everything.
Yeah, that's really good.
I was actually going through my stuff in the house recently, and I found like a little budget. On my work desk, I used to put all the money coming in, all the money going out. Like, I'm that kind of planner.
That is amazing.
So for the when I realized that I'm actually moving to Uganda, and it's not like a temporary thing, and you know, in London you have like a phone contract, you have insurance, you have. So I made sure that with my phone contract, it's either I made sure by the time I move, I had to pay. Is it early termination?
Oh
fee
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that many bills because I was living at my parents' house.
Big thing,
I was living at my parents' house. I only had like a phone contract, insurance, because I insure everything.
I love that.
I insure everything.
Like,
so I literally, I think I just cancelled everything. I cancelled my insurance, and then with my contracts, eventually I actually realized you still need it. Because you still get, you still want the latest phone, the latest box.
Yeah.
And I'm always in London before COVID. I used to always be in London every 2 months. Okay. So I was like, having a contract and having unlimited calls and texts with a nice phone, it doesn't hurt. So why not?
Okay. So basically it was just kind of like small things, but nothing like
so
crazy.
Right now I actually still have UK bills. Like, I still have Spotify. I still have...
Yes, I kept all my subscriptions.
I still have Spotify. I cancelled my Cinema World ticket.
You know,
Cineworld, you get to watch unlimited movies.
What?
Yeah.
Girl, why'd you cancel that?
No, because you watch unlimited movies. You go to the cinemas anytime. You can actually spend the whole day watching movies.
Wow. But physically at the cinema.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense.
So all you pay is like £15 a month.
Yeah.
And you watch any movie.
So dope.
Yeah, and you get discounts in restaurants. Sorry, my life was so organized. Like,
I
was like days off movies.
Yeah, but I like it, and it helps you make sure like you can see yourself budgeting. You can see what, like you were saying, what comes in and out, and then you just know like what you're saving for your business.
So by the time I left, I had no debt. Because I remember someone said that, she got a loan. That's how she managed. You're like, darling, do I look like I need a loan? No, but I made sure I cancelled all my contracts that I don't need. I actually took up my phone contract after. This is, I think, like 2 years ago. Because I moved 3 years ago.
2017?
No, I came to Uganda end of 2016. 8th of December.
Oh, so it's coming to 4 years.
Yeah, it's coming to 4 years.
Literally this December. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I know, I can't believe I'm like, Uganda 4 years. I did it.
I made it.
I survived.
I'm so sad. No, when it comes to my 4, I feel like when it comes to my 5th, I just want to do like a big But
I've actually never been in Uganda longer than 2 years before COVID. 2 months.
Oh, wait, but for school?
As in...
like in terms of like...
restocking. Like I always actually travel every 2 months before COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to travel every 2 months. I used to go and come back, and come back. But every time I go, I used to go for like a week, 2 weeks, week, 2 weeks.
I think it's necessary. I think you just need a breath of fresh air. I can't... it's now coming to... I went to Ghana. But like this 2020 of just being in one spot, I'm going batshit crazy.
Yeah, for me it's coming to 6 months. I've actually had 6 months of not traveling. Yeah. Since Feb. I came back, I think 26th February.
Yeah. But at least you enjoy UG. Like you were just in Chigo. Like I actually need to do more. I need to do more of what you'd be doing.
No, you just need to you need to work and know that you'll get to have a good time at the same time.
That's very true. That's very true. I know. Well, because I can't see everything that I'm seeing all the time. I'm like, I'm dying. I need to see something new.
I know. Uganda's just too much.
Yeah, it is. It can be a lot. But anyway, okay. So did you weigh any pros and cons before what your partner at the time?
Every day.
You're so funny. Okay.
Every time I have a bad day, I'm like, if I was in London, would this happen?
That's so funny.
No,
okay, so you always knew, like
you always want to feel like today I'm gonna have a good day.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
if, let's say I have a really terrible week in Uganda, you reflect. You're like, if I was in London, what would be different? Do you get what I'm saying?
True.
That
and
always happens.
To also keep you grounded and being like, this was a really good decision, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good. I know.
I think the only thing that makes it the best decision is the quality of life.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. I think that when I realized that moving to Uganda was the best decision is when I had a baby. I am telling you, I think I came back to Uganda 6 weeks when my son was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
The 6 weeks I was in London.
You were like this.
Because everyone's working.
Yeah.
Everyone's working. Like you can't afford a nanny. Like you can't afford paying someone £1,500. You know.
First of all, the fact
month.
that you guys live in pounds in the UK, I'm like, I can't. Yeah. I was shopping on Amazon. I'm like, bruh, the Amazon in the US and Canada is just the dollar sign, so it's cheaper. I'm like, I can't. This is a lot.
Not having help in Uganda, you're spoilt with help. You know, you have someone that can help you with everything. So when I was in London, and you have to wake up, give him a bath, feed him. By the time he's sleeping, you're tired, and that's when you're meant to have a bath, but you can't. You're tired. You're just sleeping.
So exhausted. Yeah.
So when I came to Uganda, you have so much help. Like you can have someone do everything. And all you have to worry about is your child.
Right.
You know. So
that's amazing.
I can't trade that for anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you know what? Until he's strong, big enough to do everything himself. For now, I'm okay with it. Like you have a nanny, you have someone making your meals.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I do is wash myself, but the help in Uganda, it's just
so, I know.
I love it.
How long do you feel like it took for you to settle into Uganda? Like everything was more, it's like a home to you. Like everything was organized, everything was going well-oiled machine. You're like, this is it, we're good.
When it comes to like that feeling of I'm settled in Uganda, I've not got it yet because first of all, when I moved, because think of it this way, my entire life, like friends, my church, like I'm kind of like a church kind of person, and I was so attached to my church in London. I was actually a youth leader in church. Don't let
so
my
sweet.
crazy ass lifestyle fool you. I was a good girl once. I'm still like no, but I was such a good girl. Like I actually, anyways, they're not go into that, but yeah, so moving to Uganda, I was leaving my friends. My entire family, actually, apart from my brother, is in London.
I thought they were here mainly.
No, it's both my sisters. Like I have a younger sister and an older sister, Grace and Ava. They're both in London. My younger sister lives in Wales. My older sister lives in Derby. My sister has a family, blah blah blah. And then my younger brother, Timothy, he lives at home in Beckton in London. And then my parents actually only moved for good when I was getting married. But my dad's been in London for like 30 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So my parents were like, my moving made them want to move.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's test it out. But my dad right now is still in London. Got stuck there because of COVID.
COVID. Okay.
But settling here when you have, because I started off with actually I had one friend. Yeah, and then I had cousins and stuff like that. So it was hard to really feel at home. When I first moved, because I came with like my entire bridal party, I came with all my friends. I had 15 bridesmaids.
You told us once. I was like, wow.
Yes, I came with my friends, and then we spent a month here because most of them had never been to Uganda.
Right, so they're like, let's experience everything.
So when they left is when I felt it. But I just got married, so I didn't feel really like alone. I only started feeling alone when I think my husband at the time went back to work. So when he went back to work,
you were like, okay,
I was bored at home because I started off, on 10. I was like, I'm not gonna have a maid. I'm gonna be the typical housewife. Like, I'll cook, I'll clean.
Bless your soul. Bless you.
I was like, I'll do it all. But then I'll get so bored. So he was like, you need to do something. And then I remember when I came for my makeup, and I saw Mona had
Oh,
she was like
downstairs.
Yeah, she was downstairs, and she was like, "There's spaces," and I was like, "Maybe I need to do a store."
Yeah.
So that's when I got the idea, because even though I was doing the farming, I had decor stuff. I still had so much time on my hands.
Yeah.
So Mona was like, you should actually, look at the spaces here. And then I'm a sort of person, once I start thinking about something,
you just go, right? That's like me. I'm like, oh, the whole idea is planned in like a couple hours.
I think by the next day, I signed the contract for this store. Oh, but it was half of it.
Oh, okay.
I only expanded last year.
Because I remember coming a couple of years ago and there was like a tattoo.
Yeah,
there
was a tattoo place.
One of these. Okay.
It was so small, but I would say I had no friends, because I would literally hang around with my brother.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's when I opened Bougie. Bougie was the beginning of my life. I kid you not, because through Bougie I met, I think, all my friends, because that's how I met Rashida.
Oh, right, and because she's a class.
That's how I met Rashida. I met Mona through my wedding stuff, but I would not say we were friends.
Right.
We became friends when we started working in the same building.
Okay, makes sense.
So Mona and Rashida introduced me to my new circle of friends.
That's so cute.
I met Nadia through Bougie.
Okay.
Because I think it was through, she came to the store. Even Anita I met through Bougie. Everyone I know was through Bougie. Yeah.
I love it. Your business really ended up bringing you like a whole...
It's the reason I would say I'm almost settled. Like I'm getting there.
Okay, that's so nice. That's dope. I was not expecting that. Really? Yeah. I kind of figured maybe because you were in school here that like you had like friends and all that from like going back.
It's like you not outgrow such friendships, but they don't know this Debbie.
Right.
I was a different person then. They were different people then.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
When you're so young. That's amazing. Yeah. So, and when did you start your farming business? Like, when were you like, was it after the wedding? Was it before you came here?
It was before. It was definitely before. It was something I wanted, because I'm a sort of person, I think ahead, and I thought, I was like, when I get to Uganda, I need to be able to say that at the end of that month there's going to be money. Yeah. So I was like, I actually even say, I know it sounds selfish, but even saying my wedding date was based on when my farm actually starts making money.
That's so selfish and smart.
I was like, I am not moving to Uganda until I actually have a physical income.
Right.
So when I was preparing to move to Uganda, I was like, I'm not going to feel comfortable if I'm in Uganda. I don't want to feel like, I can't spend. I don't want to feel like I can't. So I was like, when I start earning is when I actually... So I set my wedding date. My husband at the time was so understanding. He was like, when do you want to get married? And I was like, when will my chickens start laying eggs? So I started farming way before, because it was the actual plan. My move to Uganda was farming. Farming would be my income.
I love
that. So I started... they actually started making money in December, which is the time I moved to Uganda. Okay. Yeah. So but that was a long time ago, because we have tripled our blessings.
Yes. Good. Hallelujah. I love it.
Because the way I started off is so different now, because I remember when I first moved, my farm was way smaller. My store was smaller in 2017, but when I went through like my whole divorce thing, that's the one thing I was like, you have to level up. I was like, expand your farm. I think I tripled the number of like birds I had. It was the one thing I was like, let me do this for myself.
The driving of it, that's really dope.
I think any woman, if you go through like any sort of heartbreak or whatever, the one thing that it can either break you, or it can be the making of
something
your empire.
amazing.
So I was like, no,
we're not going to be broken over here.
I was like, no. So I decided. I actually went back to London. I went back to London for... It was meant to be for 6 months. It ended up being for 1.5 years.
Oh, okay. So after the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you came back again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was like, if I need to live in Uganda, because my first move was to move to be a married, happily wife, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But when that didn't work out, and when I realized that I'm going to be in Uganda by myself as a single woman,
your like
I was
mindset
like,
changed.
I have to... I can't be on the money I've been making.
Right.
I was like, if I'm to be on my own, it needs to be
change.
a whole different income.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me go to London, hustle, do what I have to do,
and then come back,
level up. Yeah.
Okay.
So I came back that's when I expanded my farm, expanded my store.
That's
and
amazing.
then
Wow. Hustle on another level again. I can't believe that.
Being single motivates you.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Holy crap. Okay, so what does your day-to-day look like now as a business owner?
Yeah.
But what did your day-to-day look like when you started?
When I started?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit guilty because I don't work as hard as I used to, which sounds
that's
bad.
okay.
I think it's because once I became a mom,
you had a whole child.
When I started Bougie, oh my god, I used to come to the store every day. I used to be the one to open the store, be the one to lock up, which I will do very soon.
But you know, it kind of is essentially like it was your baby at one
Yeah,
point. Like
like
that
when
was
I
like your everything. All your energy could go into that.
Yeah.
But now you have a whole human being.
Like, everyone in Crane Plaza was sick of me. Like, I would determine what music were playing in the entire building.
So funny.
Like, you would come to Bougie to have fun. I think even I used to do cupcakes. I used to have cupcakes.
so
You
cute.
come in.
Yeah.
We used to have tea time.
I love
We used to do
this.
afternoon tea at Bougie.
I love it.
I remember. And then I would finish every day. Like, I would wake up every day, come to work. I would bring breakfast for my staff.
Yeah.
I remember, in fact, Rashida sat me down and she said, Debbie, you're wasting so much money because I would take them to Java's for breakfast.
Every day?
I think it was like 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, bro.
And I would switch it up sometimes to Serena. Like, Rashida was like, Debbie,
relax.
it's a business. No, but that first year I made so many mistakes.
Oh, but it was okay. That's the learning curve.
And then, like, we'd have breakfast, have lunch, and then
Yeah.
I think it depends on what client comes in, and they'll be like, you know what, you finish shopping, let's go for a drink. And then we'll finish, go for a drink, and then I'll go home and I'll do my Every day was so lit.
I love that.
I used to have so much fun in Bougie.
That's so
But
funny.
then, that was then.
Yeah.
And then I feel like now we're more serious.
Okay.
Because then it was about, come have fun, come
Right.
let's have drinks, come let's
But you
have
know,
cupcakes.
it kind of like set a precedent for your store, so that at least everyone will still remember it. It's like that's that glam
We used to have
place,
fun.
you know. That's good.
But I want to go back to that place. That's what I was telling you. I wanted to do like a couch chair.
Oh,
and
yes.
have like a tea section.
Yeah.
Because that's what, you know, I'm known for fun.
Well, I think there's a lot of great places that do that. Like if you go to Tiffany's in New York, they have
Yeah.
like their area, and then they
That's where
still
I'm
you go
going.
and
Yeah, that's what I
shop.
want.
Yeah, so like an in between, like a happy medium
I literally.
of where you were at before and where you
But
are
now
now.
I'm very serious. Like now, I wake up and my son determines how my day's gonna be. So if my son's had a good night, that means I can. So I don't know right now because he's not one yet. I want to literally just give him all my time.
Right, and then
Yeah.
at that point, then you're just like, okay.
So what I do, my typical day now, I literally just wake up and just focus on him, and then. I don't know, like I make sure I catch up with friends once in a while. Like right now I'm more focused on friends.
That's so cute,
like
though.
I go to my farm every Friday.
Okay.
So I do the farm Fridays. Saturday I spend it with my boyfriend. And then during the week I just catch up with friends, have a drink, pop in at Bougie.
Yeah.
You know, do some content creation, take some
Yes.
pictures for Instagram.
Snapchat, she's Snapchat queen, you guys.
At Mami Deb.
At Mami
Gets
Deb,
for
love
life.
it.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm more relaxed now. Like,
Yeah.
right now I just do what I want when I want.
But you
That's
know,
why
it
it's
kind
hard
of-
to go back to employment.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, girl. But also, I think too. I think that's something that we have abroad that we maybe take for granted. Like we have maternity leave, you have time where it's just me and my baby, and then after the fact, you'll go back to like work
life.
mode and stuff. Yeah, so it's okay.
I want
Don't
to go
feel
back to
guilty.
work mode. Trust me. But I come to town, I do 1-2 things, and then I'm tired.
Yeah.
And in the minute he's tired or he's agitated,
You're
I
just
want to
like,
go home.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So essentially, you've only ever done business in Uganda then, in Kampala, or did you have your businesses in the UK?
I wish Uganda's been the relaxed season of my entire life.
Oh, really?
When I came out of uni, like my actual last assignment, you know, when you do your you know when you finish your final
Your final,
year?
yeah.
So my project was actually, if Londoners are on this YouTube channel.
They
I'm
are.
sure you know about Golden Events. That was my first company.
Oh,
you know how you have
okay.
bougie?
Yes.
Golden Events was my baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to
okay.
do I think for every event in London, for every Ugandan, I was the decorator.
Oh,
I did
that's
kids'
amazing.
baby,
Uh-huh.
kids' parties, weddings, engagement parties.
That's amazing. All these things I'm learning. Okay, so how do you find the difference between doing business here and there?
It's easier here because here
Really?
labor is so, like, you have help and it's so much cheaper. Like here you can pay someone 100,000 for the whole day. In London that's per hour.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true.
So I used to do most of the stuff myself in London.
Yeah, and it's exhausting.
And here when it comes to like events, you don't have to own everything. You
Right.
can hire it. I mean, you can hire things.
Right.
Yeah, in London, you have to have your own stuff. It's hard to, find someone that's going to, where you can hire charger plates, candelabras, stuff
And
like
still
that.
make profit
And
after
still
the
make
end of it.
So what I used to do, if I have like a wedding and I used to charge, let's say I charge $2,000 for a wedding, I use that to buy stuff, and then for the next wedding, so by the time I've done like 5 weddings, I had enough stuff to be able to
do it yourself.
Yeah, it was really hard. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, I would have. It was my dad, my brothers, my sisters, my friends. Benita, shout out to the Golden Events days.
That's amazing.
We used to sit and do business plans. Like we were
That's
such kids,
amazing,
but
yeah.
I've been hungry for money for the longest time.
No, but that's okay. The experience now that you've had from all of that to this point, like that's. Like I personally, I would say like I wouldn't trade that for the world. Like I feel like you might say that with experience.
When I think about it, I just get tired because I'm like, I used to work so hard.
But now imagine you didn't have all that experience. You just started afresh.
Yeah. It was.
You're like,
that was the hardest time. Like I'm telling you, when I think of my Golden Events days, sometimes I go through pictures. I was like, this wedding. You've argued with people, but when you're clearing up at end of an event, and then people are walking away with things. I'm like, excuse me,
the centerpiece is mine.
Like,
I'm so
I have lived.
We've all done that. I've done it at weddings, but I always ask. Like I don't just shake.
Like you see someone running away with a tablecloth. I'm like, excuse me.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. How did you feel like you adjusted to the pace of doing business here versus abroad? Because it is a little different.
You have to be patient.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Uganda tries you. I'm telling you.
I'm still learning. Or do you feel like you've gotten it now? It still drives me. Well,
I leave it to Vanessa now. Like, I'm trying to keep my clients.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So when someone's so difficult, because she can endure everything.
Yeah, maybe because she's just used to it.
Yeah, so I walk away when people are difficult, because there's people because one thing I don't want anyone to ever play with is the quality and my brand. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want people to come in and be like, I'm not sure about the fabric. I'm like, so what I used to do because I never wanted people to doubt where I get the stuff from, the quality of my stuff. So I used to snap when I'm going to Paris, and I'm like,
so
let's shop together.
Is me getting
So I'll literally walk in the store and like, this is what they have, and people will be like, the green one,
Right.
So by the time it comes here, we've been snapping,
right?
Like
so
you've been watching my snaps,
yeah.
So it's in the store because you saw me buy it in Paris,
right? Yeah,
it wasn't on sale,
right? I'm not lying that it's from there,
so. Been a long trip.
Oh, interesting. But that's nice though, because you bring your customers along with you. Like it's a journey.
Yeah. I used to do that. I'm like,
smart marketing
in Paris. Let's shop together.
That's very smart marketing. How has it been for you juggling family and business, especially having family abroad, having family here, and like kind of having time for it all in a sense?
Or making time for family. Oh, for me, family always comes first. Like I always make time for family. And when it comes to business, like even when I was in London, they were the ones helping me.
Yeah.
Like, it was my dad helping me, picking me up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's me in Canada too.
Still, removing the chair covers at weddings. Like
that's
when
so
I tell
sweet.
you, my dad, my mom, they've always had my back when it comes to making money. So.
That's true. I don't know if it's just like Ugandan parents, but like I've always
my
had
dad was
support.
always there. Like even if I go too much into it, I'll get emotional.
Yeah.
No, because you know when you think of how far you've come, like every hard time, my parents have been there.
That's amazing.
You know, my parents are not the kind of parents that will sit there and give you money or whatever. My dad will tell you how to make money.
Okay.
But he won't give you money.
Oh, interesting. So they wanted you to kind of go through the life lessons.
My mom is the other way around. Like, she'll show you how to make money so you can give her money.
Right. I like that. I want to do that with my kids. Yeah. Like, I want to live a comfortable life doing nothing.
She's always reminded you. She was like, you know.
I love that though.
But my parents are all farmers as well. Like my mom's into farming, my dad's into farming.
Start asking you dumb questions.
They're all farmers.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so smart. Agriculture is something you always need.
We always have eggs at home.
And especially in a pandemic, people need to eat. Even like I think the pandemic made us realize like you need to be smart with the business choices that you make, and you need to be in something that no matter what, it'll always bring you income. So that's really
when it comes to family, I don't actually usually do business with family because when it comes to business, I'm like a whole different kind of bitch.
Right.
My dad's always said that he's like, when it comes to principle, like Debbie is the most principled person I know when it comes to working and making money. I can never work with family because
it'll be too much.
Like I'm too. It has to be done this way, and I can't be doing that with my brother, my sister.
Right. Interesting. I never have. So this is like really interesting. No, because
with business, you want
someone
that if they don't. Like I need you to understand if this is how it's meant to be done. If you don't do it, you're out.
Yeah.
I won't talk about previous employees, but I'm a sort of person. You call in sick, the next day you come to work, you find me interviewing for your role, and I know you were not sick.
That's such a me. That's one thing I don't want to like let go of is like my Canadian or like that just like North Americanish Western ways.
As long as it's like money, I don't play.
Even like time, everything. I'm like no, we will keep this forever. I like it though.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
this is how I feed my kids.
Right, it's true. You don't want to put. I get you. So now, just kind of getting into some like fun questions. What is your favorite thing to do in Kampala? Like, what do you feel like?
Uganda. I eat. If you want the best place to eat, talk to me.
Literally, I feel like if there's anyone who could out eat me, and I eat a lot, I don't think we've been to a lot of things. So I don't think you probably. Debbie, you're so funny. I'm like, she's my spirit animal.
I eat at any time.
I love it.
I'm the sort of person that you can take to an all you can eat and you'll regret.
Yeah, like you're like, this one's gotta go. Yeah. I love it.
It's so bad because I remember at one point in a previous relationship, we used to both serve each other food, but he would always leave some food on his plate for me because he's like, you're always always hungry. So he would actually always leave some food on his plate for me.
Yeah, that's so cute.
He's actually have this joke that I have a bottomless pit.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm the same. I feel like though that I've had to adjust to food here differently, like certain things that are different, like cheese and stuff like that, where I was like, I don't know why. So lately my appetite's been a little off, but usually I started off eating it forever eating.
I'm telling you, I never used to have, like, I used to ship in all my shopping.
Your food?
Yeah.
Debbie, I
can't. No. You know how you used to go? Think of how you go to the supermarket.
So close. Yeah.
No, because I remember like when I used to visit Uganda, like when I come to Uganda and taste the biscuits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I haven't figured out either.
And taste
the
like
milk.
the quality of everything.
Are just different.
For me, even the pasta tasted different. So what I used to do, I used to ship in everything. Like I used to go to Asda's.
You're getting me onto something.
No, I'm telling you. I remember when I used to snap my food when my food used to arrive. I was like, my food's arrived. They're like, oh, this bitch. Like, it's so bougie. But I used to I hate how biscuits taste in Uganda. Well, that was then because coffee has
maybe now you've gotten used to it. I don't know. I'm where you are before. I'm still adjusting. Everything is off.
I never used to eat chocolate here. I never used to eat. And I remember there was a company. There was a store called called Sharks.
Okay.
And they used to only sell like London products. They used to sell like...
Somebody used to do that with American
I know they used to do that, but then it closed.
Probably they couldn't sustain it and prices and such. But
I used to ship in my shopping, but COVID has humbled me.
You're like, let me just get it together.
I remember one time I used to even ship in everything like coffee, tea bags. I remember when
we have tea.
No, I'm telling you, if you saw the shopping I did when I was moving, like my actual move, I shipped in like sacks of rice, pasta.
So funny.
You know the pasta bake, the actual sauce.
Yeah.
You know the sauce?
Yeah. You brought that in?
Yeah, the lasagna sauce.
Actually, don't blame you for that because if
they don't have
if it's
it
like creamy too, like it's just off. It's different. It's not
to
bad. It's
ship
just different.
Everything.
Yeah.
I think I stopped like a year ago. I think.
Oh, not that long ago.
No, because. No, I just when it comes to food and like I want to enjoy my food.
Me too, and I'm still trying to get there. Even chicken tastes different here. I think I'm so used to eating artificial chicken from abroad.
Chicken is so hard.
I know, so that I haven't been able to even like. I feel like I'm losing so much weight because I'm not getting protein.
But the one thing
beef is different here too.
I used to prefer the beef here.
Really?
Yeah, because like abroad, I feel like it's been frozen for like years.
Oh, so maybe in the UK because we have Canadian like what we're known for is beef and meat. So it was like it was different. Like that's one thing I can't like. I just want a hamburger. Like,
the one thing I don't like here still, I can't get attached to the cheese. I just can't.
I don't know what's going on. I thought it was just me. The other day I bought cheese. I thought it was off. I thought it was bad. I was like, I threw it out.
Pudding here, like I never look at a dessert menu.
Oh, really?
I used to like.
There's cakes though. I like. Ooh.
Like, I just have to go to like a certain bakery, but when it comes to like pudding, like having a dessert here is like I don't know, the ice cream's different.
The ice cream is different. Yeah. Maybe stuff from a cow's. Maybe me and cows ain't got it together here. And chicken, I don't know. Eggs, I love. Like that's regular. That's fine. But the chicken is hard.
So it took me a while to get used to like the food here. But when it comes to like the traditional African food, that is
that's perfect.
That's amazing.
That's my favorite. Who was it? It wasn't my mom. She's like, why do you eat other things? I'm like, I don't want to get too used to it. And then I'm just like, I'm over Ugandan food. That's one thing I am in love. Girl. Just 3 more questions left for Debbie. Want to ask the things that you miss most and or the things that you love the most and the least about being in Uganda and also in the UK, and just 3 pieces of advice that she would give you guys who want to move back from the UK. So, what do you love least and what do you love the most about being here?
Love the weather. Love my circle of friends.
Yes.
Circle.
Yes, that's amazing.
I've made some amazing friends. Like Rachel being one of them. I kid you not, like never a dull moment.
That's true.
I feel like I'm living the housewife's lifestyle. I kid you not. Like if you're invited somewhere, just know like it's going to be amazing.
Dress code and amazing.
Dress code, camera crew. I swear to God, where's these girls been?
We're so funny. Okay.
So my circle, the weather here. I love managing my own businesses. Like I love making my own money, being my own boss.
Love it.
And what I hate about Uganda though, it's 3 things. They won't change.
You're so funny.
The dust.
Oh god.
The mosquitoes.
Oh god.
And then sometimes I hate crowds. You will not find me in a crowded area. I hate. That's the one thing I actually miss about the UK. People love giving you space. Yeah, people invade your personal space here.
You could go to a mobile money kiosk here and somebody will be like right attached to you. Madame, I'm like, can you see? I'm right here.
I hate how close people come. Like, people don't respect personal space here. That's the one thing I miss.
True.
Like, I miss being alone.
True. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't think I'll fully ever get used to that. But anyways,
you have to be used to people. Like,
start sending people to do things I can't. But anyways, okay. And then 3 pieces of advice that you give anyone who is obviously trying to move from the UK to Uganda.
Save. I kid you not, like I'm telling you, don't the one thing I realized, most people, when they do want to move back, they'll make it such a long-term plan. And then once it's long-term, you won't be saving. It won't push you to literally, because if you're moving to Uganda, like you have to literally stop whatever you're doing and then just change your entire routine. And I remember when I was working, would get paid and everyone would have a budget of, you know, what they're gonna do, book holidays, do that, and I would literally send 98% of my entire salary to Uganda.
Oh, that's smart. So instead of just saving it while you're in the UK, there you actually send it here.
Yeah, because I was sending it. Yeah, I would send it here to go to like my farm, to do that. Like I was not spending on myself at all. Like I would literally just stay with money to cover my bills, and the entire salary would just be going to investments, you know, buying property, buying that. Like I would literally not leave anything for a turn up night. So that's one thing that's so important. Just
move the money.
Yeah, just learn to save and then trust no one at the same time. I know it sounds really bad, but just lawyer up for everything. Everything have a legit lawyer, because they're dodgy too. I kid you not. So just save and just, you know, don't trust no one.
Right.
Yeah.
With that note, or on that note, thank you, Debbie, so much for being on my channel.
Thank you for having me. I love this channel. If you haven't subscribed,
she said it for me. You heard it from her.
You are missing out. Like, this is the one channel I watch every single video. I kid you not. I'm not just saying it to gut her up.
So
seriously, just good content.
We're just about trying to make sure everyone levels up. Clearly, like this one did. Savings, and like move back. Come live a good life.
But I've got a long way to go, so if you still have ideas on how I can make money, let me know.
Bring them here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll check you guys in another video. Bye, loves.